Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're returning. So today I'm doing a full set of nails on myself, permanent, not pop off, and I decided to do shorties this time because yeah, I'll talk to you about that. So these are the tips I'm using, and yes, they are that long, and I did cut them this short. I definitely agree with what I've heard about using a really C-curve or curved nail to get a good shape on shorties. They worked out really well for me. So even though it sucks to cut down a whole tip like that, it's worth it. When I've used shorty tips before, they just are too wide. I don't know. So I'm going in with I'm just showing you the products that I'm going to be using. Actually, I used some Swipe to clean up my nails. Also, this Very Towel color is my favorite. So I bought a 2 and a 4 ounce. And I just wanted to show you guys that if you buy these individually, they're coming in the regular containers, not the matte containers. The matte containers only come if you buy the towel kit. Okay, I'm going to use Cara Sky monomer. I'm going to put my Cara Sky acrylic primer on all of my nails, a really thin layer. Even though this stuff's really thick and gummy, so I kind of will like get a glob and then thin it out. If it looks like I'm putting it on thick, I'm actually putting on a thin layer. And if I've mentioned it before, but it never dries. It always stays gummy looking like that. Then I'm going to go in with my clear layer of Acrylic Cures Clear. And in this video, you guys, I do swatch some clears and do a little mini experiment for you guys, just because I've mentioned it a few times. So I'm just going to show you a little experiment I did here today. And so yeah, I chose that bright orange color because I have not been able to use any of my bright colors. Usually when clients come, they have, you know, their specific tastes and things that they like to do. Okay, so here I've got Lucy's Chisels, Not Polish, Young Nails, and Cara Sky Bead of Clear on a paper towel. I have heard that all clears will yellow on a paper towel. So the true test would be to do it on a nail or a swatch stick. So I did show you which ones were clear and which ones were yellow on that napkin, and I will show you again later better once they're all dry because Lucy's was still wet. But I am going to swatch them on swatch sticks and let them dry and show you at the end of the video the result I see. And right here, for today, I'm not going for bubbles, cloudiness, application, any of that. I'm just slapping one bead on with no certain method. Like I said, I'm not trying to avoid bubbles and I'm not trying to look for cloudiness. I'm strictly looking for yellowing. So I'll show you guys at the end of the video, but I'm just swatching these 4 or 5 brands here for you. But what I wanted to say was, you know, my clients have their sets in mind, so I don't get to, I mentioned this the past couple of videos, I don't get to use any of my colors. So a bright orange has been calling me. I don't get to use any of my bright colors, you know. So I just wanted a simple set, yet with bright colors. So that's why I chose that Heat Wave. It's been calling to me for a few months, actually. Something orange or bright yellow. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys was that last set I did that were, I would call them a medium long, that I was wearing. I was at work a half an hour before I jammed my middle finger. It didn't lift or rip or anything, but it hurt pretty bad. Literally, I looked at the clock and I was like, half an hour. That's all it took me to jam it. And then by the time I finished my shift, I went to grab my stuff out of my locker, and my pinky finger nail went into the latch that the locker closes, and I ripped it off. Like, I literally, it was bleeding. So ripped my natural nail under there. So I just cannot wear long nails at work. I can't do it. But I want nails and I want to use my stuff. And so I put on this length, and I wore these all week at work, and I don't even notice that they're on. I didn't bump them, nudge them, yank them, nothing. It doesn't bother me, like washing my hair in the shower. I have long hair. Just anything. I just don't even notice I'm wearing them. So I just love that. So even though I want long nails right now, this is my length, and I think they're cute. They're turning out cute. And today happens to be Sunday, and Wednesday I will be doing my daughter's nails, and she wants shorties as well because she got a new job where she's typing a lot, or working on a computer a lot anyway. And so I'll have, after this video, a set of shorties on her that I'm going to put up for you guys. And I'm just going to be showing you these again once they're dry. So the Lucy has dried now, and I'm just showing you it's still clear. There's no yellowing around it either. And I'm using Sky monomer, by the way. So we're going to get into application here. I did leave the application in real time on my left hand, and when I do my my dominant hand, sorry. When I do my right hand, I have it sped up 1.5 times. I do show filing, but not top coat. I did use a matte top coat with these. I'm not doing a subscriber shout out in this video. I just didn't do the prep for it, and I want to get this video up and out because I do work the next 3 days before my daughter Anna's appointment, and so I just need to get this. Right now is the only time I have to do this voiceover in this video, so I wanted to get it out to you. And the last time that I did have to edit it, I kept falling asleep. I don't know if that happens to you guys. Do you fall asleep watching nail videos? And if you make content, do you fall asleep while you're editing? I really do. All right, so I did want to discuss and let you guys know that I am 44 subscribers away from hitting 1K. So thank you to all my loyals and day ones and all you ladies who have hung in there and been around forever with me. And thank you to all of my new subs who are getting me closer. And if you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notifications are on. Make sure you're a public subscriber. So like I mentioned before, I'm going to be putting the giveaway details like in the middle of my videos so that you guys who are actually here with me are getting the details, but I'm not really broadcasting what's going on. So like I showed you earlier, I had bought myself a 4 ounce of this color, this very towel that I'm using. It's so gorgeous. And I also bought a 2 ounce. Well, I have several 2 ounces. So basically I have sold or gotten rid of all of my duplicate, not polish colors. But I do have my favorites, like my favorite colors. In case I run out, I have a duplicate of all of my favorite colors, like this one, Mad Love, and like that. So, I keep a spare of my favorites around, but I've decided those will be going in the giveaway. And, so there will be things from me in the giveaway. And I'll tell you now that there are going to have to be a couple of rules. Normally, my giveaways are just, if you're a public subscriber, I'm entering you in the wheel, and that is all you need to do. Is you don't need to answer any comments. You don't need to woo-woo. But I'm pretty sure how I'm going to do it. Number one, I'm going to, after I hit 1K, I'm going to be waiting a week or so to make sure that number stays, because I did at 200 and 500 my giveaways. I did not really jump the gun, but kind of, the next day check, and I was at 199 instead of 200. So, it fluctuates. So I just want to make sure that I'm waiting a couple days or a week after I hit it to do the giveaway. But what I think I will do is drop some details, maybe about myself or my channel, or I don't know what, in some of my videos. Like right here, right now, I might say, I've been doing nails. Coming up this August will be 4 years. I might say something like that. So in the giveaway, when I am talking to you guys about the giveaway in the video where I announce the giveaway after I hit 1K, I might say there are 4 questions. One of the questions is, how long have I been doing nails? And you're going to have to DM me the answers, because I don't want the answers in the comment section so other people can grab your answer and comment it. So the entries are not going to be commented on my channel. I want the answers DM'd to me. So these are just things I'm kind of thinking through. And you guys, it's not because I want to be weird. It's because it's twofold. Number one, the prize is super, super amazing. Besides it being like things from me, I just can't say anymore, but it's just super cool. And the other part is that, like I've mentioned before, I really, really, really want my loyals to I want the giveaway entries to be small. I want you guys to get it, so, or to have a chance at it. And 1,000 people, that's a lot to enter. So I don't think I'll get 1,000 entries. No, not by far. I probably won't even get 100 entries, especially by whittling it down to just talking about it in the middle of my videos and setting up some parameters. So that's why I'm doing that. And I know all of you who are going to comment, I already have your names in my head, so I already know who are going to be there, and that makes me really happy. So that's how I'm going to be doing things. So just keep your ear out as we go along here, and that is the update on that. And we're 44 away. So cool. So I'm putting on this heat wave, back to the video, which, as you can see, works just, I mean, what? I would rather work with their pigment powders than anything else. I mean, their nudes work great, their covers work great, their glitters, everything else. But whenever I pull out a super pigmented color of theirs like this, I just want to play with it all day. I mean, there's no separation, marbling, nothing. It's just fantastic. And every bead you pick up, it just lets you work with it. Ugh, it's my favorite stuff. I can't wait to do my daughter's nails. I think she wants a short set of pink and whites. That's what she said, but I don't even think I have any of that on my channel. Something simple like that, which, that is what a lot of clients ask for. If you are doing nails or clients or beginning or even want them on yourself, you need to know how to do that very basic, simple set. So I think it'll be a good video. Then again, she might choose something totally different. She did send me like a blue, like an aqua aurora chrome set. It was gorgeous. So I did tell her that on Shorties, I'm not going to be encapsulating all kinds of stuff. She usually sends me inspo pics when she comes to get her nails done, which she hasn't been able to do in like a couple years, or like a year probably, because at Starbucks, where she was working, you can't wear nails. So, but she usually sends me pictures from Vanessa's Nails. That's like her favorite creator. And that girl's an encapsulator, color blocker. I mean, her nails are fire. That, and she also likes DJM. And there's a girl here that actually runs the first Arizona State Board accredited, single woman, black owned nail school here in town, and she's a super huge viral creator. And she her business class, what is the word? Her academy. It's an academy where you can go get nail licensed and legitimately nail licensed, not take a course and get a certificate. Like, you can get your license to do nails and get board certified at her school. So it's not a nail school like you would think it is. Anyway, she sends me inspo from her all the time. So you see how these two colors are the only ones that aren't cloudy and yellow, even on the napkin? What colors were those? Kiara Sky and Lucy. So it's simply from noticing and experimenting myself that I've noticed that. And I'm a not polished diehard. I prefer their products over anything else. And I do use Kiara Sky for some things and Young Nails for some things, but the majority of my stuff is not polished, and I would rather it be the 100% of the stuff. And I also know that the reason I get cloudiness when I use their clear is user error. I work with too dense of a bead, so my beads are going to be cloudy if they're clear, just flat out. That's me. But the yellowing is not something that I can help. And just over time, I've noticed it. So anyway, I know I have a mild obsession with clear. So, but I just want to share that with you guys. And I can't remember the name of the creator that has the nail school here in town, or else I would have mentioned her. I just can't remember it. And if I get off of here to go look for her, I'll have to stop what I'm doing. But anyway, Anna also sends me inspo from her, and you guys have definitely seen her. Amazing nails. But anyway, I told her on Shorties we're just going to be doing something simple. So, because I don't want them being all big, and it is hard to get even an ombre for me, because on the set I'm doing here right now, even getting an ombre, you'll see when I cap these that I only put a small bead of clear right on top of my ombre so I don't file it off, but I just can't tolerate a thick, wide nail. It's just so ugly to me. And so I just really, really keep and try to keep my application as thin and as close to the shape of the tip as possible. And when you start encapsulating things, even just one thing, like half the nail being glitter, or like here, and just an ombre, it's hard. So even the last time I did a set of pink and whites, to me, they looked too bulky. I hated them. So yeah, I just hope her nails come out cute. These came out shaped great. I absolutely love the shape. I'm looking at them right now. They still look great, but I did end up filing into some of the ombre, especially on the pinky. And I just don't know how to combat that. I don't know how. That's not something I've gotten good at yet. Still learning. Let's see, what else to talk about? Oh, I did want to say one more thing about the giveaway. The reason why I keep saying, it's going to be cool, but I can't talk about it, it's because someone else is contributing. And that's why I say there will be some things from me in there. It's someone else is going to be contributing to the giveaway. So that is also super cool. So you guys, let's see, what else can we talk about here? Could it be possible that I've run out of things to say? I doubt it. So right now I'm over here watching the owls. There are also a mated pair of red-tailed hawks that have a huge nest, and they also have 3 juveniles that have fledged. So we've just got a lot of birds of prey. I mean, just wilding out over here. Super, super cool to watch what they do. Right now they're hunting. The male just brought prey to the female to give the juveniles. The juveniles are fledged, but they aren't hunting yet. So I don't know if you guys know about birds of prey, but there you go. And also, it's pretty freaking hot. To hold my phone and do a voiceover while I'm outside, I have to keep a block of an ice pack. I have to hold an ice pack under my phone, or my phone will say, you put your phone away, put it down, it's too hot. Today it was, I think it was over 101. When I checked, when it had kind of cooled down, if you want to say that, it was 101. And when you get in the shade and it's like 95 degrees, it actually feels cool. Like it's relieving to get somewhere where it's 90 degrees. That's how hot it is. I've told other people before, but when we get into like 115, like the next couple months, what it feels like is I'm getting into my right hand now, and so it's going to be sped up 1.5 times. I'm not doing them this fast. It feels like this. Have you ever been baking cookies and you pull open your oven and you kind of put your face or your head in the way of the oven, or you open it too quickly? In other words, if you open your oven, you should stand back for like 3 seconds to let some of the air out before you put your face in it. But have you ever opened your oven too quickly and the hot air comes rushing out and it's just that hot, dry air? That's what it feels like to open your door here. You just immediately get hit with that hot, dry air. If you are wearing a necklace, you can feel it like almost burn you. If you're wearing earrings, you can feel them get hot in your ears. If you're wearing mascara, your eyelids kind of start sticking together just a little bit because your mascara is melting. Like, that's how hot it is. If you get in your car, and I've told this story before, have a metal seatbelt that might be laying on your seat and you sit on it, you might burn the back of your leg and get a blister. Like, don't touch anything metal. It's hard to touch your steering wheel. To open your car door, you might need to wear gloves or grab a napkin. Like, it's hot. The interior of your cars, 135, 140. Every year it's on the news where people have killed their dogs or their children from leaving them in the car. Yes, every year. It happened last year at Target. A baby died because a woman came into shop and locked her keys in the car. So instead of handling that, she came in and shopped just real quick to get whatever items she needed, and then went outside to let her husband know, hey, I left my keys at home. I locked my keys in. Can you bring me the spare? Because the baby was sleeping. Well, the baby wasn't sleeping. It was dead. Like literally, the cops had to come and bust her windows out in the parking lot of Target last year. I watched all of it. And in fact, my wife is the one who reported it because she had been there. It was just a crazy situation. She came there to drop something off for me, and she came bustling up to me and said, there is something going on in your parking lot. This woman is acting really weird. It's super hot. I asked her if she needed some water, if she needed help, because she's acting weird, like pacing around back and forth around her Mercedes SUV. And she's like, I think there's a baby in there. I think she's locked out of her car. And I was like, what? How would you know that? And she's like, no, I've been watching her. There's something weird going on. So my manager went out, and sure enough, that is exactly what the situation was. And who knows what she would have done with the baby when her husband got there. But because, like, my wife said something, we called the cops, and the paramedics, fire department came and broke the window. And anyway, yeah, that kind of thing happens in Tucson every year. So to get to my point, it's about to get hot. It's about to get unreal hot here, and we have to plan our days just like when you live in a wintry, snowy state, because I did live in northern Nevada, northern California, and Oregon for several years. And you have to plan leaving your house. You have to go outside, turn on your car to get the defrost going, scrape your windshield, or shovel your driveway, like all of that things you have to do in the winter. In Arizona, you have to plot to leave your house too. You've got to go outside, get your car running and the AC on for at least 10 minutes with the windows cracked to blow out the hot air, so you can even open your door and sit in it and start touching things in there, like the steering wheel and stuff. And you go from your air-conditioned house to your air-conditioned car to your air-conditioned job back to your air-conditioned house, and that's all you do. You minimize your trips, your stops, your runs to the grocery store. All that stuff is curtailed hard because it's just too hot. I can't imagine living in Afghanistan. Doesn't it get like... Well, when I lived in Phoenix for a little while, there were days where it was 121 degrees. Wrap your head around that. That's like, no. Phoenix is typically 5 to like 12 degrees hotter than it is here. So when we have 115 degree days, yeah, they're like 119 over there, 120. Like, what? That's like, something needs to be done about that. Can you imagine? Like being able to do something about that. Like, yeah, it's too hot here. Somebody fix it. But yeah, anyway, I'm babbling, so I'm gonna let you guys watch. I will be back. Okay, so if you guys were present for my last video, you know that this is only the second time in probably a year that I've done my right hand. So yes, there is cuticle flooding and sloppiness, and I will get better as time goes on, just like anything. I used to do my right hand every week because I would change my nails every week, but that was like 2 years ago when I was keeping nails on myself and wearing them long and working in a restaurant. How much do you guys want to bet that I start wearing them longer and longer and longer than these shorties I say I love? This bit, go get one. Code Jen with Not Polish. I know this bit is available from Melody Susie, from Pana, from Amazon, as far as it being maybe even this color, but really just this shape. I know Kiara Sky has it in down the barrel, run different grits. Okay, let's talk about this. Here is the final look I wanted you to see. These are definitely dry, and these are all the clears. So what I did was I put these on the napkin, and I thought to myself, which one's the clearest? And I touched it with my thumb, and I plucked it out. And which one was it? Kiara Sky, which is the next clearest one. And there's the Kiara Sky swatch. Clear, clear, clear. Which is the next clearest one. You guys can see, even though... but boom, right here, I'm going to grab the second clearest one. Which one is that? It's going to be Lucy's. Yep, that one right there. And so then we're left with the 3 others that are in fact on the swatch stick. Now remember, we're not looking at cloudiness or bubbles here, or my application, or things that can be controlled by the tech. We're just looking at yellowing. And it's not bad. I mean, yellowing's not bad. But wouldn't you want the one that was actually clear, clear, clear? I think Chisel was the worst offender in these guys. Young Nails, second worst, and then Not Polish. So Not Polish was still pretty freaking clear though, but not as clear. You can see right here up against the napkin, it's there's some yellow. And you know, who cares if you're just capping a colored nail? That doesn't matter. The performance matters, you know. And I love the way Not Polish performs. Yeah, but anyway, there was the results of the experiment, if you guys are interested. And this bit, I was telling you, Kiara Sky, on this bit, the very tip will be a fine grit. The middle, like where I'm using right now, will be a medium grit. The most flared part at the base will be a coarse grit. Well, I don't want that because I want to use this, because it's long, I want to be able to run it across the width of my nail and use the whole thing like I just was doing, running it across my whole nail. I can't do that if part of it's fine and part of it's coarse. Like I don't want the coarse part on my free edge. I don't want any coarseness when I'm finished filing, you know? So I don't know why they do that. Let me back up. I do know why they do that. And it's so you can debulk, and you just need to use one bit you only need to put one bit on and can do all things with it. I get that. But for this bit here, I would just want it to be the same grit all the way down the barrel, which this one is. And I'm pretty sure the Pana and Melody Susie ones are also all one grit. So I'm not saying you have to get the Not Polished one, obviously, but I did the math, and with my code, it's the same price as you pay for the other ones anyway. And they do have on Amazon this purple color too, if like color matters to you. This is the only color Not Polish sold, and it happened to be a badass purple that I love, but color on bits definitely doesn't matter to me, but it is beautiful. And like this right here is what I'm saying. If I wanted to use this bit like this and run it across my nail, if the nail were longer, the base of my bit would definitely be at my free edge. I don't want that to be a coarse there. So for how I use this bit, I wouldn't want it to be a 5-in-1. I have my e-file on a speed of 11, and I've told you guys this before, this e-file is super powerful, and so I would say this is probably about a 15 on like a Melody Susie e-file. And this bit, I just barely need to float it across the nail, and it's just so sharp right in there. I love it. After this, I'm going to do a small bit of finish filing with my 100 grit Tammy Taylor file, and on the other side of my Tammy Taylor board, I have glued their buffer, their sponge buffer. You can buy those on Amazon, and it's not like any other sponge buffer. The grit is just so cool. It's just awesome. And I use that to buff them, and then I do put on a matte top coat, but I did not show the matte top coat here. I just showed the finished product, because by the time I had finished filed this hand, I wanted to be done with the video, and I think I went inside and ate dinner or something, and I didn't want to finish my right hand at the same time I finished the video. So I just didn't show you guys top coat because I did it later, and it's just applying a matte top coat. So that's not in the video, but the final product is. I think I'm going to jump off here, let you guys finish watching. I really, really appreciate all of you who are here, who are listening. And if you heard all the details that I mentioned about the giveaway, put a yellow heart in the comments. I will see you guys later. Talk to you next time. Thank you all for being here. Bye.